Hello and welcome to the Varietal Show. If you've never been here before, my name is Rory and you're watching Varietal Literature, the YouTube channel that is here, a group of writers from Vancouver that just like to have fun with narrative. So I got myself distracted there because I realized I didn't plug my camera in. So we'll see if I make it to the end of the stream or if I have to awkwardly clamber out to plug it in. It's got 3/4 of its battery left. We'll see how it does. What we're doing tonight is the Varietal Show. If you're not watching this live, by the way, checking down in the description below, there will be little timestamps that'll take you to stuff that we've just, if you want to jump ahead. If you want to skip over the intro, go to that Lick Games explanation. If you want to just hear what we come up with, our beautiful poems, I'm sure they'll be gorgeous. You can skip ahead to that as well. Or you can watch the whole thing and sort of chill out with us. I see GS is already in the chat. She says, good evening. You sure don't pick easy stuff. Well, if I said we were doing good poetry, then I wouldn't be picking easy stuff. But doing bad poetry, I believe I can do. So one thing I should say is that I am a writer, but I am not very good at poetry. I've done some. We do have a standing offer, though, you know, it's probably going to take a while to get there. But when we get 50 subscribers, I will read my rather angry poem about the town of Prince George, a place in British Columbia. A town that, for mostly personal reasons, I hate more than anywhere else that I've ever been. The structure of the show is we do a little bit of book recommendations, and then we do a thing called Lick Games, which is usually live writing. And so what we'll do today is we will try to write some poems in the style of melodramatic high school poems. There we go. So that means that the first part of the show is... Left on Red. Left on Red is the section of the show where we give you a book recommendation or a game recommendation or a movie recommendation. It's basically a writer telling you something with a narrative that they think you might enjoy. And I'm actually, just because it's on topic, I felt the need to repeat a recommendation because I know this stuff slips out of minds. Although I do have a standing recommendation, which is... Francis Peck's book, a recent release, and a local Vancouver writer and a friend of mine, acquaintance at least. Oh man, I'm so bad with names. I had it up and I closed the window. Just a moment. It's embarrassing. But if I wasn't embarrassed, Broken Places, that's right. I was gonna say Things Fall Apart, and I was like, no, that's a different show, man. Broken Places. I think you guys should pick up that book and you should start reading it. I may actually be doing something with that book. We'll see how that works. But anyways, that's my standing recommendation. Also, remember to pre-order Joe's book. But my repeat recommendation is going to be this, because we're talking about poetry, which is When the Light of the World Was Subdued, Our Songs Came Through, which is edited by Joy Harjo, which is, I believe, the poet laureate for the United States or something to that effect. It is a collection. Apparently there's more than one volume of them, but it is a collection of Native nations poetry going all the way back to like 16th century or further up to modern times. It is a tremendously interesting book to just flip open and read a poem. They are excellent poems, and they have a lot of stylistic choices that are less common to a Westerner's ear. Expand Your Horizons. It's an excellent book. You should definitely get it. I guess I should say it again. When the Light of the World Was Subdued, Our Songs Came Through by Joy Harjo. So I'm repeating that because we're talking about poetry. And that is an excellent poet book, which means that it is time for Lit Games. Lit Games is literature games, which is where we write stuff live. And what we're going to do today is we're going to try and write a couple of bad poems around kind of topics that people wrote about in high school. Now, I had a collection of sort of, without making this too much of like a confessional style stream or anything, I'm a dark-natured person, which is a diplomatic way of saying I have depression, and I did when I was a kid, pretty much when I hit puberty on. And as a result, I had exactly what depressed high schoolers had, which is cringy, embarrassing, really self-involved, angry, dark poems that were not very good. And I have those books, but those books are several clicks away from me in storage, and I could not get them for tonight, which is what I really wanted to do. Instead, I'm going to read some, just a love poem that I found online when I was looking around for bad poems to get us in the mood. The idea of the night, though, is I'm going to sort of show you how to ham your way through some bad poetry. And hey, maybe you'll learn something about poems, but probably we'll just sort of laugh at ourselves. I also think there's something liberating in like saying I'm going to do a bad job, because sometimes you like accidentally do a good job and then you feel safer to try. But we'll see how it goes. So let's start with a terrible sonnet. This is from an article on some sort of clickbaity site. I'm going to move it over a bit. From some sort of clickbaity site called Bookster or something. I don't know. It's the 5 worst love poems ever written for Bad Poetry Day. And I wanted to read you this one that they had found called the worst love sonnet ever written. I guess before I do that, GS says, what did I write about in school? Serious life stuff, but no love poems. Yeah, serious life stuff was my topic of choice as well. GS says, melodrama about life's journey. I'm far more shallow now. Yeah, that would be an interesting progression, getting more shallow as you get older. Okay, I'm gonna, with my best high school pretension, gotta get in the right headspace, hum some 9 Inch Nails, or I guess, I don't know, My Chemical Romance and Linkin Park or something. Whatever generation you're from. And then I'm gonna read you the worst love sonnet ever written. The thing is, though, it is a sonnet. It has the iambic pentameter. It has the rhyme scheme of a sonnet. It has the 2 lines in the end. Like, it's got all the sonnet features. If love be love, let love be love. Your kiss is like a strawberry meringue. You are the hand and I your winter glove. You are the song the singing singer sang. Your eyes are like blue sapphires painted blue that glitter like the stars of Bollywood. You are the sausage on my barbecue, the only piggy part that's any good. If I were Shakespeare with a heart-shaped quill, I'd write a sonnet heart-shaped like a heart. My heart would be a heart-shaped daffodil, and Cupid's arrow would be a heart-shaped dart. You are the sun in golden lingerie, the sunny sun that never goes away. I particularly like this one. Apparently it comes from oldpoetry.com. I don't know. It doesn't have an author or anything on it. It's clearly tongue-in-cheek. It's clearly being done on purpose. But there's one up here from a book, but it doesn't say what book because it's just some crappy site. But it says, the perfect love poem, every time I see your face, it reminds me of you. Which I like the simpleness of that. And the others are, yeah. But yeah, I see that GS picked up on the one I like too. The sausage, you're the sausage on my barbecue. we're probably not going to write anything that good. So I'm going to show you how I write poems. And it's pretty... Oh, let me adjust the screen back here. And, you know, honestly, it's pretty straightforward. Actually, the thing I got to frame it with is here. There we go. This is, it's not going to let me show you all of it, but you can see the important part. There's a little search engine that you can't see at the moment. But this is a rhyming dictionary. And honestly, no matter how much I tried, whenever I tried to write poems, sooner or later, I had to open a rhyming dictionary. So if we take a word like, let's say failure, because that's what we're going to do today. It gives you things that could possibly rhyme. It's not a flawless system. So failure is a pretty hard one. Defailure is not a thing I'm familiar with. And then it gives you, this one gives you an example from a poem. That's interesting. He ventured neck or nothing, heaven's success found, or earth's failure. Wilt thou trust death not? He answered, yes, hence with life's pale leer. It's okay. But anyways, yes. We're going to be trying to do that. So, let's do a really bad poem. And of course, the thing we have to start with is, the thing that people write poems about the most, which is longing unsatisfied, or at least teenagers do. Okay. So, I see you swiftly move across the room. Your long legs stride and hold you. Like, I mean, I can think of things that rhyme with room, but what's something that relevant that rhymes with room? A plume? Let's see what comes up in the rhyming dictionary. Oh, well, we got our option. We got our choices. Nice thing is splits up by syllables. Baby boom. Hecatomb. Spanish broom. Bathing costume. Master bedroom. Yeah, I like that one. Your long legs hold you aloft as a master bedroom. I'm fine with rhyming room with room. I don't care. Zoom is good. Oh, how you zoom from classroom to classroom. Oh, how you zoom from classroom to classroom. I see you swiftly move across the room. I like that we have 3 rhymes of room. It's the right level of lazy. I like that we have an internal rhyme that's variant, but not an actual end rhyme. Oh, how you zoom from classroom to classroom. But do you see me? The one who looms. What a way to describe yourself. The one... Oh, perfect. GS says, and I cannot help but assume. And I cannot help but assume you cannot hear my heart go boom, boom. A Loomer, says GS. Let's call the poem that, the Loomer. Really up the that feel as if it's frankly a stalker. Oh god. I think after using this for so long, I'd be more intuitive on its controls. Just got a good laugh out of that heart line. So off you chuckle with friends and to zoom between the blooms of our school's gardens. So off you go. Should say go to chuckle with friends. To zoom between the blooms of our school's gardens and rooms. Maybe not rooms again. What else we got here? Maybe we could throw in some random high school philosophy and go with of our schools. Grounds and classrooms, or better said, mind tombs. Until you'll find in the ends of all those things the love that I swept to you with my love broom. I don't have another idea. I don't care that it makes no sense. To search for shrooms. I like that one. I'm gonna do what I did last time and downsize the text a bit. Let's make it a little clunky to write. One thing I should say is that we probably will run shorter today. And I know that feels like a cheat after our Tuesday show ran short again, but poems just don't take that long to write when you're not trying anyways. Okay, so let's read our poem here and see how we're doing. I want people to think about some other high school topics here, but the Loomer. I see you swiftly move across the room. Your long legs hold you aloft as a master bedroom. Oh, how you zoom from classroom to classroom. But do you see me, the one who looms? And I cannot help but assume you cannot hear my heart go boom, boom. So off you go to chuckle with friends, to zoom between the blooms of our school's grounds and classrooms. Or better said, mind tunes. Until you'll find in the ends of all these things the love that I swept to you with my love broom. Well, we did a real study on the word room. Okay. Next topic. Ooh, I get a drink of water. I'll think about that. I think like persecution is a big part of my high school memories. Like just believing that somebody was against you. Obviously parents are a big one. In this day and age with like as much access to the news and as little context as you have for it in high school, I imagine it could be just about anything. I'm not Gen Z though, so I have to ask them. GS says a foe. Yeah. Like something antagonistic. But I feel like the angle has to be about how you are the ultimate victim. Like, I think if you're writing a poem about it, you don't feel like being strong is your thing. Like, you're kind of escaping to a fantasy. I think actually, like, I have less thoughts about, like, a specific, like, high school rival. But there might be some that come to me. The one that immediately stands out for me is the sense of never being understood. That high school is like so, like it's the first time that you are encountering the full breadth of human emotion all on your own. And so you think you're the only one who's ever done that. And I think that leads to these kind of thoughts of like parents don't understand or whatever else, or you know, teachers don't understand and blah 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 blah, rather than what it really is, which is just they've been through it and it's a big fat whatever for them now. So I'm gonna title this poem "No One Understands Me." Gonna add something there. I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket in case I want it later. What size right here? 20. Though I cry and speak the words I know and bleed. Oh, come on. God, it's almost like Google Docs is a free program that's kind of not the greatest. And bleed my truth from wounds in my heart that spill from my lips. And hope they will turn to me someday. Says GS. Oh, I see. After the words I know, they okay, I can put that in a second here. I'm gonna maybe modify it a little bit. I can only hope they will turn to me someday. No! Why is sticky keys even a thing? I'm just indecisive. I don't want to open sticky keys. Though I cry and speak the words I know and bleed my truth from wounds in my heart below, let's say. A blood that bleeds and spills from my lips. I think we have to have a line in here that rhymes with lips. See, I can try to not be a writer and just be silly, and I'm still gonna be myself. Okay, I've got it. I got it. I know what it'll be. A blood that bleeds and spills from my lips across my lap and around down upon my hips. Yet I can only hope they will turn to me someday. But no matter how much I pray, this is from GS. Yet I can only hope they will turn to me someday, but no matter how much I pray, they continue to turn away. And I live alone in the long midnight day. Okay, let's see. Do I need to do more than this? No one understands me. Though I cry and speak the words I know and bleed my truth from wounds in my heart below, a blood that bleeds and spills from my lips across my lap and around down upon my hips. The cadence is nice, I will say that. Yet I can only hope they will turn to me someday. But no matter how much I pray, they continue to turn away, and I live alone in the long midnight day. Like a candy stick, they flip and dip. Me to suck away the sweet things I say, then leave me to dissolve in the spit they control. I walk alone in this fray. That's almost too good, GS. I'm gonna put it in, but I'm gonna say that's a reasonable line for a poem. I live alone in the long midnight day. I walk alone in this fray. Suck away the sweet things I say, then leave me to dissolve in spit. They cast away as words they barely say, and comforts they withhold anyway. So I shall fade. As the moon in the light of day. Okay, let's see what this is more in keeping with like the kind of stuff I wrote. No one understands me. Though I cry, speak the words I know. and bleed my truth from wounds in my heart below. A blood that bleeds and spills from my lips across my lap and around down upon my hips. Yet I can only hope they will turn to me someday. But no matter how much I pray, they continue to turn away, and I live alone in the long midnight day. I walk alone in this fray. Like a candy stick, they flip and dip me to suck away the sweet things I say, then leave me to dissolve in the spit they cast away, as words they barely say and comforts they withhold anyway. So I shall fade as the moon in the light of day. Holly's House says, stopping in. No, it's good to hear from you, Holly. Where are we at? We're at 30 minutes. We're making okay time. Let's do another. Okay, if you're only here for a minute, Holly's House, here's what we've done so far. We did a sort of yearning love poem. We did a no one understands me poem. What would be the last topic of a high school poem that we should do? Or even like lyrics. I was terrible at writing lyrics though. Like I could write a poem sort of, could not do lyrics. We need a topic. Holly's House says the candy stick line is so good though. You should hear some of the lines from the Loomer, our yearning one. I'm trying to think, like, I feel like the first two poems are like 90% of every poem I ever encountered. The one thing that I did encounter that I don't know if I can really capture here, it might be really specific to my generation though, was there, like, Rage Against the Machine was really kind of big amongst a certain group of people when I was in high school, and I was amongst those people. And the thing about that was, because Rage Against the Machine was basically these hot grinding riffs with rap over top. A bunch of white suburbanites who like this music wanted to write political hip-hop raps, and it led to some of the worst writing I've ever read. I think even in high school there was this sense of like, this is pretty bad, why are we doing this? Oh, I see. Holly's House and GS are saying a poem to a teen idol. Like Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Oh my god, I have not thought about him in so long. Is he like a producer now or something? What is he even doing? Robert Pattinson. We don't talk about him on this channel, and you know that. If you don't know why, well, too bad. You should have watched earlier episodes. To be clear, I'm fine with the actor. It's nothing to do with him. Okay. So, to an idol. Who is someone I know a fair bit about that's famous? You know, I don't know a lot of famous people now that I'm thinking about it. Well, okay, I got one. It's pretty specific to me though, so I'm not sure anyone's going to be able to help with it. But seeing as I'm doing most of the writing, Josh, Hami, and I was obsessed with Queens of the Stone Age from basically grade 11, I want to say, to all the way to like well, I mean, I'm still a fan. I'm not nearly as much of a fan, and it doesn't help that he's basically just turned into a monster. Holly's House also says Justin Bieber. I don't really know anything but the bad stuff about Justin Bieber, but maybe there's something to do with that. So let's try that, because I do like the idea of somebody referencing but also trying to apologize for bad behavior. What I need from you, chat, then, is like notable events with Bieber. Oh my Biebs. Baby. Baby. Isn't that a song of his? Baby Biebs. I Bieb. I think we've already found what this is. I believed in you before. I wonder if I put in this into Rhymestone, whether it will give me a rhyme to Beeb. Habib. That's not quite the right one. Oh, I believed in you when my friends were weebs. I believed in you. Holly says petition to rename this episode Ode to My True Love Josh Homme to generate likes. I don't think that would generate likes. He divorced his wife and then like threatened to kill people, and her current boyfriend or whatever else, he like hung him off a railing at a mall. He waited for him. The drugs have taken a toll. I will say that. There has to be references of marriage. That's true. I believed in you. This believed is my favorite thing. I don't think there's anything else I have to offer in this poem, but be believed. I don't think it's that funny to anybody else. I wouldn't like put it in a thing as like, here's the funniest thing I've ever come up with. I like it. When my friends believed to I lost the cadence here. Okay, so oh my beebs, baby beebs. I believed in you when my friends were weebs. I believed in you when my friends believed too. Yeah, I guess that works. And I believed in you. Now, when they left, when you crashed that car, whatever, it doesn't rhyme, I don't care. And all my friends left you. I still believed in you. GS says his fans are called Beliebers. I think I knew that. I think some part of my brain has caught that out of the culture, pop culture ether, like a fishing net across the floor of a very contaminated sea. It's in there somewhere. True and blue. Oh yeah. Because I am true to you. And they are poo-poo. Is there someone that left him or broke up with him? I guess I should spell this differently. than if we're going with the belieber thing. I am the true blue wife for you too. He dumped Selena Gomez. Oh, okay. A 1,000 times more than no, 1,000's too hard to work with. I am the true blue wife for you too. You must know this, or you would know this if we met. True. But Selena distracted you. And now you are just one shoe and I am that other part of you. God, this is definitely the worst one I've written. Like, genuinely. The other ones, I think I could make a case that some of it had some structure and cadence. This is a mess. Oh, my beebs, baby, baby beebs. I believed in you when my friends were weebs. I believed in you when my friends believed too. I believed in you when you crashed that car and all my friends left you. I still believed in you because I am true to you and they are poo-poo. I am the true blue wife for you too. You would know this if we met true. But Selena distracted you and now you are just one shoe and I am that other part of you. Beebs. I love, 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 love you. Do you love, love, love me too? There, I'm done. I don't know what else to do with this. Well, we're at like a quarter two. We've got 3 poems. Why don't I read them all? The Loomer. GS says it sounds better when you read it. Yeah. One thing I will say, here is my tip for you if you are genuinely interested in poetry. It's a tip that was given to me by an English professor who genuinely loved poetry. He was one of the, I think his name was Andrew or something. He genuinely, like a lot of English professors I've had have been pretty pretentious, terrible people, if I'm being honest, but he was not. And he gave me this piece of advice. He said that poems uniquely, generally anyways, are designed to be heard, not read. So to really understand a poem and to try and wrap your head around it, you should read it aloud to yourself. And there's a couple of things to pay attention in that because they are intended by the author. How it feels to say it in your mouth and how it sounds. And I gave you one example of this, which was an example from that class, which was in Yeats's Lake Isle of Innisfree, Be Loud Glaive. Be Loud Glaive. Or Glade, sorry, not Glaive. Glade is a line there, and he pointed out that Be Loud Glade has a like like an actual Be Loud Glade. And that's the kind of stuff that's in poetry, and you just don't get it from reading it. So, and be aware, the idea of reading it is not that when you read it, you go, ooh, this is like a bee. It's that it evokes things in your mind that helps you understand the overall feel of the poem. That you can describe what's doing that is not the point of art. That's the point of art criticism. You don't have to do that. The point is that you will get a better experience and better evoke the emotion if you engage in all that. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame Big Drew isn't here. I know he mentioned that he's a lyricist. Okay. We wrote really bad poems that sort of were around the topics that we would talk about in high school. And now I'm going to read you 3 poems around 3 sort of topics. The first one being kind of obsession. The second one being self-pity, I guess. And the third one being about a different kind of obsession. Stardom, I guess. This one's called The Loomer. I see you swiftly move across the room. Your long legs hold you aloft as a master bedroom. Oh, how you zoom from classroom to classroom. But do you see me, the one who looms? And I cannot help but assume you cannot hear my heart go boom boom. So off you go to chuckle with friends, to zoom between the blooms of our school's grounds and classrooms, or better said, mind tombs, until you'll find in the ends of all these things the love that I swept to you with my love broom. What I love about the imagery of a love broom is there is none. It doesn't make any sense. This one's called No One Understands Me. And I'm going to add a second part of this title, but still I try. And cry. Though I cry and speak the words I know, and bleed my truth from wounds in my heart below, a blood that bleeds and spills from my lips across my lap, around and down upon my hips. Yet I can only hope they will turn to me someday, but no matter how much I pray, they continue to turn away, and I live alone in the long midnight day. I walk alone in this fray. Like a candy stick, they flip and dip me to suck away the sweet things I say, then leave me to dissolve in the spit they cast away, as words they barely say and comforts they withhold anyway. So I shall fade as the moon in the light of day. And finally, Beebs and I, which I think you could figure out what it's about. Oh my Beebs, baby, baby Beebs, I believed in you when my friends were weebs. I believed in you when my friends believed too. And I believed in you when you crashed that car and all my friends left you. And I still believed in you because I am true to you and they are poo-poo. I am the true blue wife for you too. You would know this if we met true, but Selena distracted you and now you are just one shoe and I am that other part of you. Beebs, I love, 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 love you. Do you love, love, love me too? just in all caps says, love broom. I should put all of these up on Twitter is what I should do. Really run the crowd away. Ooh, all right. Well, I'm at the brief, as I like to say here. I made you terrible high school poems. I'm enjoying this sort of intentionally bad writing. I think people enjoy it too. So if you have any more ideas about things that you think we should write very poorly, you let me know. I definitely appreciate everybody who came by. I appreciate GS for helping me out in the chat and Holly House for dropping by. yeah, I mean, we'll be back here on Tuesday at 6:30 to read fairy tales. If you missed it, I should add, the one on Tuesday has gotten a crazy amount of views for me. Like, it's almost up to 50. And I could not figure out why. It was like, is there something about pictures of pigs that is like getting it going? Because it's just a story about this sort of rude lady. It's a Norwegian tale, folk tale. And I think what's happening is in the title, to better describe, because the actual title of the book is It's Me, are the stories It's Me, which isn't very informative. So the actual title of it is The Giantess Who Ate Everything. And I think Giantess is attached to certain fetishes. And I believe I have gotten into this very weird section of the internet that for some reason looks for stuff like that on YouTube of all places. I have no reason to really believe this. I just think of all the things that would have been unique to that video and drawn people in as like a search term, Giantess was the one that stood out to me. So if you want to give me some non-fetish views, you can go back and watch our Fireside Fairy Tale on Tuesday, where we talked about a very rude and a pushy young lady. Oh, GS's obituaries, that's true. We could do that. How do I make that not too bleak? I'll think about that this week. We might do that, actually. Anyways, thank you everybody for coming by. You can go wherever you'd like, but I gotta shut up the shop and cash out. So please, get out of my shop.